everyone, my name is Miranda, and today I am here to review The Maze Runner 2, The Scorch Trials. And I have to call it Maze Runner 2 because that's what my movie theater was calling it, and it upset me greatly because I couldn't say, I want a ticket for The Scorch Trials, please. I had to say, I would like a ticket for Maze Runner 2, please, and that just, it felt wrong to me. But first things first, if you haven't seen the movie yet and you don't want to be spoiled, which I can 110% appreciate, all you need to know is that I really loved it. I thought it was really action-packed. I thought all the actors did a really good job, but it was very different from the book, and I'm someone who is comfortable with things being different than the books if I feel like it's still a good movie and it's still true to the heart of the story, aka Paper Town, Scorch Trials, things like that. But if you're someone who gets violently angry at that and throws things, this might not be the movie for you. So just keep that in mind when thinking about seeing it or reading other people's reviews of it. Know that it could be skewed because of how much they're willing to give when it comes to books that they love. And I love Scorch Trials. That's my favorite book in the Maze Runner series. I think it's phenomenal. So even with these changes, I was still comfortable with the movie. If you don't want to be spoiled, we're gonna have to meet again after you've seen the movie or after you don't care if you're spoiled anymore. So thank you for stopping by, but bye for now, non-spoilers. Alright, if you're still here, I'm spoiling it. So now's your last chance to run while you can because the spoilers are coming. First off, like I said, this movie is so action-packed. I feel like it's honestly one of the best YA franchises. I just made a new word, franchise. How is that not a word yet? It's, oh my gosh, I need to copyright this immediately. Anyway, franchise is what I was saying. I can't talk. Franchise is what I was trying to say. This is one of the best YA franchises, I feel like, in terms of crossover appeal because, like Hunger Games, and even more so than Hunger Games, I feel like it appeals equally to both boys and girls. So if you have a stupid boyfriend or a stupid girlfriend who is like, I don't want to see Paper Towns, it looks too girly, and it's based on a girly book, bring them to Scorch Trials and be like, boom, bitch, what are you gonna complain about now? It's literally so action-packed. It just starts off right away with action, and it takes off right after the last movie ended, and it's just it just never really stops. It's so, stressful, but cool, because I like the stress of, seeing them run for their lives and everything. I felt bad. It was like, you guys just got out of the maze, and, you're still running. So that's why I like the line at the end when Thomas is like, I'm done running. And I was like, thank you, because if I were you, I would have passed out 10 miles ago from exhaustion. But aside from that, like I said, one of the biggest changes they made, well, they made a ton of changes, but the biggest change stylistically, that's a word, right? That I feel like they did, was changing it so Thomas and company escaped Wicked, blah blah blah, chose to leave of their own accord rather than being forced to by Ratman, Jenkins, whatever his name in the movie was. And I just like this idea of it better because I felt like it was A, more action-packed, and B, it also showed kind of more, I feel like, willingness on Thomas's part. I don't know, it felt like in the book they were forced to go to the Scorch Trials, and it's yeah, that's good and well, but now here I feel like they're kind of boom, we're not doing what you want, we're getting out. And then that escape thing was so awesome. And I love Aris, and gosh, I can't say that kid's name. I love that kid, okay? Aris, yeah, that's his name. I think he is so funny, and that's why it upsets me so much when people are saying he's gonna be a betrayer in the next movie, because I'm just like, please no, he was beautiful, and he even had his own little girlfriend when they got to the rebel camp, and I was like, you go, Aris, this is your time to shine, please don't mess it up. But I think he was really cool. I like how there was this juxtaposition, I feel like, between Thomas, who still didn't really want to trust anything and wasn't sure if this really was a good place, whereas his friends, Newt and Minho and everything, were like, yeah, this place is awesome, we finally got out of the maze. And every time he kind of tried to voice his fears, Newt kind of shot him down because it was we have clean clothes, we have food, we're safe from the maze, you don't know how great this stuff is because you've only had to live without for a month. We've had to live without for 2 years. So it was very much Thomas was on his own in the beginning, and Arius was the one that he kind of could bounce his fears off and who kind of confirmed those fears. And I think Arius saw it very early on, which is why he went to Thomas. I knew immediately when Thomas was like, why did you go to me? Arius was like, because you're the only one that's asking questions. I still want to know how Arius managed to survive a week there when everyone else seems to just be taken eventually somehow, but I thought it was so cool. I thought it was so cool too how they would travel through the vents, and how when they figured out that Wicked was coming for them, they wrapped the blanket around the door, and like it was just very like ingenious, and I was like, they are very divergent thinkers. And the whole escape scene was so freaking awesome. Like I can't get over how cool it was how they broke the glass and they got out, and it was just freaking amazeballs. The only complaint I have was like they took shelter in the first place they found. I was like, really? You don't think Wicked's gonna look in like that first place that they find? Pranks I felt like were done phenomenally well. Like I really have to hand it to the Maze Runner, their visual effects department, because they have such a small budget compared to other bigger franchises like Divergent and like Hunger Games, and yet I still feel like they do the best out of everyone in terms of making it feel real and not look cheesy. Like the Scorch looked amazing, the Cranks looked terrifying in their own way. Like they remind me a lot of the clickers from the game The Last of Us, if you've ever played and or watched Thatcher Joe play that like I have. You managed to have like a distinct feel from other zombies like Walking Dead and kind of that, so I like that. And then my only complaint was Brenda. She's just not what I pictured as Brenda's character. I mean, she was totally badass in the movie. I can't figure out why I just don't like her. I think it's because she looks a little too much like Dylan O'Brien, just like they have the same haircut and the same like nose shape and stuff like that, so it freaks me out when like they kiss and stuff. But I mean, I'm a big Brenda and Thomas shipper in the books, and I don't really like them in the movie, so I kind of actually liked when she kissed him and then he hallucinated Teresa and he was like, I can't kiss you, you're not her. I was like, oh, that's really sweet. But it made Teresa, her little betrayal, even worse. Like I couldn't, and I feel like Dylan O'Brien and everyone else knocked it out of the park when that whole betrayal scene happened, when her face was just like, you have to understand what I did, and it was paralleling what Thomas did when he gave the codes and the locations and he told her that she has to understand. You could just like see it wash over him, like he was like, what did you do? And then it was like, it was getting louder. He's like, what did you do? And I was just like, I was terrified in that moment. I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna kill a bitch. And then when all the other people, Newt and Minho and Frypan, found out that she's the one that turned them over, just like their faces were so heartbreaking. Like you could tell they were like, we were a family. Like how could you betray us like this? And I still don't get like Teresa's mindset, because in general, let's just say, deserve better. Like in books and in movieverse, she deserved way much better. But like I feel like there was a moment when the lady Ava Page or whatever was like, okay, kill all the people who aren't the kids that we need. Like Teresa looked like, what the heck, why are you doing this? Like she looked horrified by it, and I was like, oh, maybe in the next one we're gonna start to see her like change her ways and she's gonna realize her mistake. But then it's like as soon as Thomas like fought back, she was like, stop this, don't do this, they're not gonna kill anyone. And I was like, they just said they were gonna kill everyone. Like Teresa, wake up. Like oh my gosh, I was none too happy with her. The whole end battle was so freaking amazing. Like it was just awesome how you saw Thomas give himself up, and then Jenkins, I wanted to punch him, Teresa, and Ava Page all in the face, and Thomas was just like standing there taking it, and I was like, okay, Tommy, make your move now, come on, and he goes to make it, and then all of a sudden, Jorge and Brenda show up in that truck, and I was like, this is awesome, like, it was so cool. And then when Brenda was like covering him with a sniper, it was just so like intense, and it was just amazing to see them take back the camp. And then Thomas's whole speech at the end was so great, because I felt like it could have been cheesy and just trying to set up the third movie. But basically the speech from the trailer where he's like, this isn't about one person, this is about everyone that Wicked's taken. They won't stop, so we have to stop them. And then Harriet, who I already love, Harriet and Soria, I don't know how you say her name, Sora, whatever, the girl that got taken, that's Clary in the Shadowhunters. I really love them, and Harriet was like, I could use a little revenge right now. So that's their whole thing, is that they're gonna go and take down Wicked, and I'm so flippin' excited for it. I definitely love this movie so much. I would give it a solid B+, A-. I love so many scenes, but my favorite hands down was when they first escaped Wicked and Jansen, and Thomas turns to the window and he just flips him off, because I was like, that's such a me thing. I would totally, like, if I was in this situation, I would flip everyone off. Like I would just be like, F you and F you, F you. Really loved it, and I was really impressed with it, even though it felt very different. But I liked the changes. The only thing I didn't love was Brenda. And also Newt, we just need to talk about him for 1 second, because so many people have been talking about his scarf, how he wore a scarf in the Scorch trials. But at the end, did you catch his fingerless gloves? I was like, Newt, you will always just choose fashion over function, won't you? Because anyone who has worn fingerless gloves knows that they are cute as anything, but they do nothing to keep you warm. They keep like the palm of your hand warm, and then your fingers just turn to like frostbite. Like, it just doesn't happen. So I was like, Newt, never change. If you have seen Maze Runner, please, please tell me what you thought about it down below in the comments, and let me know if you're excited for Death Care, because we have now over a year. We have 15 months to wait for Death Care to come out. It doesn't come out till 2017, so there are babies that haven't even been made yet, that are not even like thoughts in people's heads yet, that will be born before the next Maze Runner movie comes out. Can't wait to go see it again. Like, I'm gonna be like screaming and freaking out, being like, yeah, take down Wicked. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and want to see more of my movie, book, whatever you like, insert here, reviews, and also subscribe to my channel to be told when to make all sorts of new videos. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!